Trusting the marketing printed on any packaged food is like being a mouse following the scent of cheese into a mousetrap. Super deceiving and peppered with false promises about the quality and the taste of the food. For example, eating a 100-calorie package of something that advertises on the box no fat and 10 grams of fiber may sound like a healthy option, but the same package has likely little to no nutritional value and is likely filled with chemicals, including food additives and preservatives. My name is Hanni Berger, and I'm the CEO of JOYVIAL, a network of professional health coaches helping you live a healthy and joyful life. Nourishing your body to a healthy weight is so much more than counting calories. For you to get clarity about which foods are supporting your health versus those that increase inflammation and therefore disease in your body, you need to start reading food labels. So you might ask yourself, what exactly do you check? Well, before I check the actual food label on the box I show you in a moment, I typically first see if the product has an organic label on the front, just making sure you can see this here. It's like this green and white label that you would find. Non-organic foods are most often treated with synthetic fertilizer and pesticides. And dairy products are often laced with antibiotics and unhealthy hormones, which have a pretty negative impact on our health. On the other hand, organic foods are prohibited from adding such chemicals. Also, regulations require organic farmers to manage the soil in a way that greatly increases the nutritional value of their food. It's a fact that, for example, organic broccoli will have much more nutritional value than a broccoli that's grown conventionally. At a minimum though, look at the non-GMO food label, like right here on the box, which indicates that at least the seed of the plant has not been genetically modified, but that inflammation-creating chemicals may have still been added and used. Now, there are 4 areas on the food label I check every time. First, I read through the ingredient list, which is typically listed on the bottom. Did you actually know that food ingredients are listed, shown the ingredient in a descending order by weight? So the ingredient with the greatest contribution to the product weight is listed first, and the ingredient contributing the least amount of weight is listed last. So most ingredients that you cannot pronounce are one or another form of chemicals. You will see things like aspartame or sodium sulfate or butylated something, potassium bromide. I mean, you get the gist. These are most often words for chemicals such as food coloring or other unnatural additives which destroy our gut and force your body to work harder to break them down and detoxify them out of your body. I've included a link for more information on this topic in the notes right below. Next, you want to check the serving size. Right here, typically on the top. How many servings are in it and what size is one serving? A cup, half a cup. This will tell you the size of a single serving and the total number of servings in the container. And it's so important to understand how many servings there are in the box, so you truly know how much you are taking in. Then I look for the following 3 line items on the label: sugar, all forms of fats, and sodium. Sugar is first. Why? Well, because often I put the product right back on the shelf when I see how much sugar is in it. I find it helpful knowing that 4 grams of sugar is the equivalent of 1 teaspoon or 1 sugar cube. The World Health Organization and the American Heart Association recommend up to 9 teaspoons or 9 sugar cubes per day. That's a total of 36 grams of sugar. Keep in mind that some 20-ounce soda bottles have over 70 grams of sugar in just one bottle. Often half of the weight of our serving is sugar. Just sugar. Adding not just pounds to your body, but also a really heavy burden on our body to deal with it. Now, let's look at fats. Fats aren't bad for you. And in fact, healthy fats are needed for our bodies to digest our food. But not all fats are created equally. On the box, you may find a line item for polyunsaturated or monounsaturated fats, which research is telling us will help you lower your cholesterol level and reduce your risk of heart disease. If you don't see those, it just means that those fats aren't present in the product. On the other hand, you want to avoid all trans fats. Now, food labels can be sneaky. When the label says on the food container 0 grams of trans fat, but includes partially hydrogenated oil in the ingredients list, it means the food does contain trans fat. Manufacturers just have to make the serving size small enough to bring the grams of trans fat to less than 1 gram per serving, as only then can they sneak it in without you necessarily knowing. I don't know, just something doesn't feel right about that. Anyway, then there are saturated fats. Some are not so good, others are really good for us. The not so good saturated fats are found in things like bacon and sausage, red meat, biscuits, cakes, pastries, cookies, and dairy products. These types of foods can raise the level of cholesterol in your body and therefore increase your risk of stroke and heart disease. On the other side, saturated fats such as coconut oil, olive oil, avocados, or ghee come with a slew of health benefits. Coconut oil and ghee are probably the best oils you can use for cooking and are much more preferred over the highly refined and processed oils such as corn and soybean, canola, safflower, or sunflower oil. Please throw those away. And with it, your margarine. Again, look in the notes for an article titled "The Skinny on Fat" for more information on this topic. Then let's talk about sodium. As sodium or salt accumulates, the body holds onto water, trying to dilute it. This increases both the amount of fluid surrounding your cells and the volume of blood in your bloodstream. This means more work for your heart and more pressure on your blood vessels. I learned though that sodium and potassium have opposite effects on your heart health. So high salt intake increases your blood pressure, which can lead to heart disease, while high potassium intake can help relax your blood vessels, excreting the sodium and decreasing the blood pressure in your body. So look for foods that have potassium and are low in sodium. And lastly, I look at the fiber and protein line item. We all need more plant-based fiber in our diet. Fiber helps regulate the body's use of sugar and therefore your level of hunger, all while supporting a healthy digestion. Dietary fiber is best consumed eating real vegetables and fruits and whole grains rather than the packaged foods, which often contain highly processed and often synthetic fiber, which our body does not like at all. There also has been much debate about protein and how much protein we really need. And yes, a number of highly successful athletes swear by a vegetarian diet and they are strong. Having said that, our bodies need protein, and getting them solely from plant-based food requires a really good understanding of the foods that provide the right combination of amino acids, which are the building blocks of a protein. The best source of animal protein are wild-caught fish. Salmon is probably the best. Eggs from pasture-raised chickens is great too, and in smaller quantities, pasture-raised and organic meats. Okay, good. Now, do you need help adjusting your diet or creating a new routine that leads you to living a healthy and joyful life? That's exactly what our health coaches help you do. They help you from where you are today to where you want to go. So give us a call today at 1-866-JOYVIAL or go to joyvial.com to schedule your free consultation. That's JOYVIAL.com. Got questions? Leave us a comment below and make sure to click the subscribe or follow button right here below, and I'll see you next time.